Today I've got some chicken breast here that I cut up in really small pieces. We're going to make a sheet pan, fajitas or tacos, whichever you prefer, or quesadillas. But I got 1.5 pounds of chicken breast diced pretty small pieces, as you can see, because we're going to do it under the broiler so that it does it very quickly. I'm going to add some frozen bell peppers and onion mix to it, and it's going to be a really quick lunch or dinner. What I've got here, I'm going to marinate it for just a couple hours. I've got 2 teaspoons of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin. I've got half a teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of paprika, and 1 1/4 teaspoons of salt. Now that's a kosher salt. If you were using a table salt, you would want to back off of that salt just a little bit, because it is going to be a little bit more saltier than the kosher salt. Then I'm going to go in, I've got 2 tablespoons of oil. You could use olive oil, but I'm using a vegetable oil today. And I've got the juice from 1 lime. I'm going to pour that in there as well. And then I'm going to stir that all together. And get that, like I said, we're going to let this marinate for a couple hours just to get the flavors going in there. You could have also put a clove of garlic in here, but when we actually go to put it in the sheet pan, I'm going to put a little can of restaurant style salsa on it, so I'm not going to put the garlic and onion in it. We're just going to marinate it like this. So our chicken's been marinating for about 30 minutes. I've greased this tinfoil pan. I'm going to throw the chicken on the pan and spread it out on that oiled surface. And we're going to spread it out as much as we can, because we're going to put this under the broiler. We're not baking it. It's going to cook in literally about 6 or 7 minutes. It's going to be ready. So we're going to spread that out where they're not touching each other as much. I've got some frozen vegetables that I strained, so we don't want all that moisture, because we want it to cook under that broiler. We're going to spread the vegetables over the chicken. And I salted the vegetables a little bit, so because the chicken's already seasoned, the vegetables need some seasoning, so I salted them while they were strained. I've got 1 cut up tomato here. Again, it has some salt on it, just to add a little more texture to the fajitas or quesadillas or tacos, whatever you want to make out of the chicken. I've got a little canned salsa here that's just going to add another layer of flavor. And I'm going to put about half the can. And I'm just going to stir it around. Again, I'm going to spread it out so that under that broiler, it's going to cook. We're going to check it about 4 minutes in. We're going to give it a stir, and then we're going to see how much longer we need to leave it under the broiler.